It's gorgeous out. Let's pop some ducks.
This is the Upduck Podcast, a blend of upland and waterfowl hunting. Tune in as your hosts, Tyler Beaton, Jeff Ludicky, Matt Jeske, chat about training dogs and share their bird hunting stories, tactics, and strategies.
Not bad at all.
It is. Not bad at all.
Yeah. Pouring myself a drink, gentlemen.
Tea?
So say
Water.
there you go.
I'm on the water train tonight too.
Oh, wow. I just enjoy drinking out of a coffee mug much more than like the water bottle with the oversized round lid. Personal preference thing here.
You just like pretend it's coffee. It like wakes you up a little bit.
It's funny. 10 minutes ago, I just told Jess, I was like, hey, I wish I had some decaf coffee. Like that would be like a hot decaf coffee to sip on for the podcast would be just
Nothing like that when it's 90 degrees outside for the last 2 weeks. Am I right?
Well, I mean, I'm in my small office here. The vent is literally right behind me. I happen to have the AC set so it goes really low and it kicks on like around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So it's nice and cool when I sleep. So there's nice cool air like blowing in here and coming in here, making me.
We always keep a bag of decaf on hand, and we usually do like 3 scoops of regular and then 1 scoop of decaf.
Interesting.
In our coffee pot every morning. So it's like a 3/4 calf, I guess you would call it, not a half calf.
Okay.
So yeah, but we always keep decaf on hand too.
No, I need to, but I have my espresso machine died. We are way off track here, but I'm going to tell the story because I'm pretty proud of this. My espresso machine died, and I convinced my wife that we should totally upgrade everything. So I got like a grinder. I got like a much upgraded espresso machine here. It is like full on. I'm pulling shots, just all sorts of stuff. And shout out to my good friend Michael Cleary, who is in the coffee business and recommended those products. But it is, yeah, I'm drinking quad shots in the afternoon sometimes when we run out of coffee. I mean, it's amazing.
Dang, I might have to swing over one of these mornings if I'm a little low on caffeine.
Swing on over. I'm grinding beans fresh every night. I mean, it's just like I'm nerding out on it a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, what is going on tonight, gentlemen?
Matt's got probably the biggest news of the night, right? You had to drop off something here?
Yeah, I literally came home, drew some chalk for like 3 minutes with Tommy, and then came downstairs. So now I dropped my boat off at the welder. Tonight. Supposed to be 7, then he told me 7:30. I was like, that's fine. I can't do it any other time. So gonna get odds added on, and he calls them bat wings. There's just like splash guards. You've probably seen them on John boats that come out behind the outboard and then go to the end caps there, like maybe a couple inches tall. So just in case there's still any like residual splashing, that'll be up there. And then found a leak on Saturday that he's also going to take care of. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Is he gonna have to reinforce the transom at all? Or
I asked him about it. I did ask him about that because I was like, what should I do? I'm like hanging on it. I'm like, is this too much movement? And he's like, not for a 40-year-old boat. Like it should move a little bit. And I said, if I wanted to do it, he gave me a price on what if I wanted to redo an aluminum transom. But at this point, he's like, if you're gonna keep this for like 5 years, he's like, I wouldn't spend the money on it. Just put it towards a future boat and repairing this one for 5-6 years as you keep using it. I mean, I always think I'm going to use it more. Went out this weekend. River was super choppy, even though there's no wind, and a ton of logs floating because the river went up to the point now that the park downtown is closed because the river's so high. I'm like, well, don't need it anytime soon. So,
But we've kind of had like a sneaky amount of rain this year. Like
it'll dump an inch and a half or 2 inches every time it rains now. So
it's like super fast and quick, almost like little mini flash floods every time.
And it stays right on top of you. We had our 4th of July air show we were down there for, and we got through the parachute and the Heritage flight with the F-35 and everything. And then they grounded the planes out of the airport because they got 2 inches of rain in like 45 minutes. So they were like stuck in the hangars. So
that's crazy.
Not great.
Dang.
But, yeah, boat upgrades. We'll have it back next week, maybe.
Should be. Well, that's
Yeah.
exciting. I'm sure you're
Mhm.
be itching to see how it handles after you got pods on it.
Yeah, being on plane and hopefully not having splashing, and then come season, maybe not having to like lift the back end of my boat because it's sunk into the mud maybe as much. I mean, they're pretty big. I mean, as far as like that offset buoyancy thing, he makes them pretty decent. So should be good.
Sweet. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah.
cool.
should be good to go.
Excellent. Can't wait to hear the feedback you have once you actually get it in the water too.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
If it's, how it rides, if it does all the things you're talking about, all the things you want it to do.
yeah,
I mean, it's never going to be perfect, right? We're always
No.
tinkering.
Yeah.
So
always.
always. Speaking of boats, Jeff, what's new with your boat?
Oh, I've been brushing my blind in. So I ended up buying a beaver tail blind. I was kind of going back and forth for quite a while on the style of blind that I wanted. Hard-sided was out of the question for me, even though that would be fun, but I wanted something I could very easily just take on and off, and my boat's not very big, so I didn't want something super heavy. So I ended up going with the beaver tail, partially because I got a good deal on it, and the price was right. And I knew how they performed, and I've hunted out of them before. My old boat had one, so I'm kind of comfortable with that. So I got a new one and just started brushing it in. So I'm kind of about halfway done. So the picture I sent to you guys is just the one half. So I still have to do the other half.
Yeah.
I'm like 100 zip ties in, and I think 10 pounds of synthetic grass right now. So it's actually not much at all. Like I only bought 15 pounds. I think I'll need 5 more. It's just a base. So I'm going to create a nice base in the synthetic grass, which is Last Grass is the brand that I bought. And then I'll end up cutting down some cattails, natural cattails and stuff around the area here, and filling the rest of it in with some natural cover, and just kind of seeing how that lasts and holds up on the boat too. But I'm excited for this synthetic stuff. It's super nice. It holds its shape really well. Like I can fold the beaver tail blind all the way over, and the next day I fold it back and everything just kind of like springs back to where I initially had it set. With that raffia grass, I would always have to like untangle it and like pull it down every single time because it kind of like bunch up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice. It looks super realistic in my opinion. But yeah, I've been happy with that brand. I know, Matt, you have the blind grass brand.
Yep.
The Last Grass brand is the one that I went with. Zach Hessian from Backwater, they're a dealer for them, and he had recommended that brand. So I went online and they had a sale going, and I pulled the trigger.
Nice.
It was like $40 with free shipping for 5 pounds. So it was a pretty good deal. So yeah.
I think it was like they're normally, I mean, both brands I think are what, $10 a pound, give or take, more or less, without any sales or whatever.
Right.
They're about the same price. I know I bought mine on a blind grass last year on sale as well. And I've been doing my boat as well. So my blind is in the basement. Every time I walk by, since we talked to Phil, I've actually been adding more and trying to really fill in some of those spots that were kind of bare last year. So filling that in, and then I got my tangle-free 360 solo blind. So I mudded that last weekend or 2 weekends ago. And then I've got all the grass circling the top part. I just don't know how much I'm going to add all throughout, or if I'm just going to cut down, some stuff in the fall and really stuff that full. So
yeah, I'm really curious how like the natural stuff's going to hold up. Like I know a lot of times, I would add natural cover when I was out,
yeah,
but then I would take it all off before I cruised back in. But actually like keeping it on the blind and folding it up, I'm not quite sure like how that's going to go. Especially with the beaver tail one, like I feel like the cattails are just going to crack and split and break in half, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Have you thought about filling it in more with some raffia grass?
I have.
Then you don't have as much of that potential cattail cracking issue. I mean, because otherwise, it looks good, but it seems like there might be a lot of filling that in with natural cover each hunt. A lot.
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, especially if the natural stuff doesn't stay on very well, and I can't really fold it up. But the raffia grass, like I like, it's just the areas that I typically bring my boat are primarily like just cattails.
Yeah.
If you're in the woods, like by us, I think that's where like some darker raffia grass would probably really help. To kind of break up some of that so it doesn't look like it's just a solid wall of cattails. But a lot of the times, like that's where I'm hunting. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I mean that might be a good little filler, like you said, just to give it a little bit more depth. And
that's kind of what I was envisioning, just to fill it in a little bit more, and then you put the cattails on top, and it should add some real dimension, at least as I'm imagining it. Now I'm
right.
I'm also imagining you out there, Jeff, like our friend Bill Desmos, right, on that last hunt in Oklahoma where he had the chainsaw.
Oh yeah,
just shaving stuff off and sticking it in and brushing that blind in. Great.
Yep. Well, I think you always need some of that natural cover. Like I think that's important, regardless of how much is on your blind. I think just adding a little bit of that, if you can, right? I mean, but there's some places where you can't get out of your boat. Right. Like Matt, I'm sure there's a lot of places where you can't get out, and
and
there's
like
some places where it might not be legal for you to be taking all the cover and vegetation for where you're taking it. So yeah, I mean, there's times where you just don't have that option.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta imagine it'd be pretty damn hard if you can't get out of your boat to be able to brush it in a little bit with natural cover.
Yeah. Yeah. And mine being like, when I'm hunting most of those islands, like it's grass. It's not really, there's some cattails, but it's mostly grass. So unless you really feel like grabbing, 18-inch pieces of grass and shoving those in there, that's why my boat's got the raffia base with the blind grass over it to put like that kind of 3D dimension. Like it's not just like a tube of raffia there. And then if I am in cattails, it doesn't look completely out of place. But this year, I think I'm going to add some either more natural stuff or kind of do the like, I started doing it a little bit last year where like even just like stuff that falls out of the tree, like sticks and logs and stuff, and like really zip tie them to the frame and stuff, like really make it 3D looking, not just like this random tube up against the, a bank. So
that's what's beautiful about the hard-sided blinds. Like you have, like Phil was saying, like you can add so much more to those because you don't have to fold it up.
Yeah.
But
that's who's in my head right now. I hear Phil talking like brush it in, overhead cover, like, just.
Yeah.
So
just got to make sure those logs don't go flying off of the side of that thing when you're on the highway.
It's like 2:00 in the morning. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. There's nobody out anyways.
Yeah.
Just other duck hunters.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting close. Boats are getting ready.
Yeah.
I know. Less than 60 days away.
I know. I was cleaning decoys last weekend. Yeah. Getting stuff ready. Because we're going to blink and it's be like, wow, it's opening of teal tomorrow and nothing's ready. So
we're gonna be like podcasting the night before, and I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna make this short because I still gotta go like get all my decoys ready and fresh batteries in the spinner and everything else that should have been done days ago, weeks ago.
For me, it's like it's crunch time right now to get ready for the expo, and I feel like it's so close. Like, and I have so much stuff to do still to get ready for it. And I think it's like the next weekend after the expo is the opener of teal. Like, oh, great!
It is
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Jeff, you're gonna be at the Wisconsin Waterfowlers Association, the Waterfowl Expo, the WWF
Waterfowl Hunters Expo.
Hunters Expo. I always mess that up because the
Waterfowl
WWF
Hunters
Expo.
Yep.
Yeah. You're gonna be there. You got a booth. What's new with shot shell hunting? Give us the goods here, man.
Well, I'm building up inventory, so I have 30 rigs done, ready to go. These are the waterfall ones. So these ones haven't been introduced, they've kind of been introduced on social, but I haven't really shown them to many people. So yeah, those will be ready to make their debut. So I'll have 30 available, if not more. 30 was kind of my goal to have ready for the show. And I'm at that mark right now. So that's good. Working on some banners. The website is in progress right now. We've been making quite a few updates to that daily.
When you say we, is it you or is it your incredibly talented wife, Jeff?
So it's both of us. The website
Okay,
and the
all right.
back end stuff is mostly her. I'm busy, building the products
Yeah.
and doing those things in the basement every night.
Shout out to Lauren. She's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, luckily my wife is a e-commerce whiz and does a lot of email strategy and has built a lot of websites and has a whole team of people that can do all of these little things. So very fortunate in that regard. So yeah, we have the website going. We have SEO is going to start here soon with someone else from her team. I got Bill Desmos doing photos. Those should be coming back in the next couple weeks. So he's doing a bunch of lifestyle and product photos for me. So it's all kind of coming together. I just hope people actually, enjoy it and want to buy it at the show.
You will.
But I was nervous about the turkey one too, and that one did
Yeah.
well. So
you would have sold them all out on Friday if you'd have been standing by your product. I mean, I don't know. I
didn't want to. It was strategy. It was a strategic move.
You're gonna do the same thing on Friday at the show, just like abandon your booth, and so people can't buy it, so you have enough for Saturday.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have the rigs there. I'm gonna have a whole decoy spread set up with an A-frame blind, so you can envision how it would look out in the field. My wife will be there as well, helping me out. We'll have some hats. I'll most likely have some upduck hats available too. So if you guys are fans of the show and you're going to be at that expo, stop by and you can grab an upduck hat, say hi. So yeah, if you look at the map online, you'll see where my booth is, but I'm kind of in between. I'm just south of the calling contest booth and where all the shotguns and like the firearm area is. I'm just south of that. So kind of in like the back corner a little bit, but I'll be right next to Tyler, one of your dog training colleagues, friends, Justin Van Day.
Yeah, he's speaking too. So,
is he? Okay.
Yeah,
so his
I'm
booth
pretty sure
is
he's speaking
right next to mine. So if you guys are checking out that booth, I'll be right next to him. I'm going to have a high vis tent that my wife's family has. So it won't be hard to miss.
It's great.
It'll be a high vis yellow tent.
You got to get people to stop. That's how you do it. Who's got that yellow tent over there? What? Got an A-frame set up. What's in front of that? Let's go check that out.
Yeah.
Or I mean, and then they can be like, oh, look, puppies, because Justin will have puppies. Or people will be like, look, oh, wow, look at those puppies, right? And then they're like, hey, what is this thing over here?
There we go.
Let's get a dog and a rig, same time.
I think Josie's going to be there. If the weather's not super hot, Josie will probably be with us. So if you want to meet Josie, she'll be there too. Matt and Tyler, I'm sure you guys will be popping in at some point, possibly.
I will be there on Friday.
Okay.
So I'll be there on Friday. We have a birthday party for a friend, like their child is turning 5 or something like that. So now my Saturday is done. I wanted to go both days and take the girls up on Saturday, but it'll just be me on Friday wandering around there. So Jeff, we can coordinate too.
Cool.
See what time I can get there. What kind of help you need to finish getting set up. And there's always little tweaks and last minute things, stuff you forget. So
yeah, that sounds good for sure. But yeah, that's exciting. So stop by the booth if you guys are going to the show. I'd love to shake hands and have you check out my product.
Same. Yeah. Same. I'll hang out at your booth, Jeff.
Yeah, come on over
there. I'll hang out there.
Maybe I'll have a coffee pot for you.
Ooh,
fresh brew,
please. If you're brewing up coffee, I'll be there. I'll work your tent for you.
I got to talk to Whitney Miller and see if she can get some of that Gundog coffee over in our booth. That would be the ticket right there.
There you go. Very nice. She's going to be there.
They'll be there. So
yeah. Excellent. But what all Jeff? You also have like a new product, right? We were talking about it today. We were talking about today in group chat. I was on the phone for it's 90 minutes. We're talking. It's like 90 minutes straight. So let me set the scene here. 90 minutes straight. I'm on the phone, and I didn't check my phone for like 2 hours. And I come back, and I have like 50 unread text messages. I'm like, what is going on here? And Jeff and Matt are going at it about an ammo bag and then ammo, which will lead into the next piece of the show. But Jeff, talk about your ammo bag here. What do you
Well,
got?
it's not an ammo bag. That's not okay. So that wasn't. Maybe you misunderstood the text chain. So that bag is
I think
for my product. It's
Yeah, I
for
think
the
you-
rigs.
Yes, and you said I would put ammo in here, and I said yes. Please sell that as an ammo bag.
I think potentially.
I think you misunderstood me, Jeff.
But for everybody, that's not to cause confusion. When you buy a rig, whether it's the turkey rig or the waterfowl rig, it comes with a travel bag. And this was the bag that I sent the picture of. So, but I may sell them as an accessory as well. If you want an extra bag, or if you lose the bag, or any of those reasons. And then, yeah, me and Matt got into a funny debate. I kept like thinking back as we were going, and I was like, how did we get here? All I said was a picture of the bag my product's going to go into.
It was great. My name was thrown in there. Assumptions were made about how I buy shells. They were probably correct assumptions about how I buy shells, but the premise, right? What was the premise? Like people that buy cases of shells versus people that buy boxes of shells individually. Is that the premise of the whole thing?
Yes, kind of. Yeah. I think we got there because
I said nobody is buying
that money bag.
Yeah, a money bag, because you're buying a case with free shipping and getting it for free with your case. And that's how it started.
That's when it started. I said, well, not everybody buys a case.
And I was like, that's absurd.
And then it just went down the rabbit hole.
It was so great. Matt, I could see you're like your logical engineering brain taking over. You're like, it makes absolutely zero sense to buy a case when everything is cheaper or makes absolutely no sense to buy a box of shells when you can buy a case. It's cheaper and it's also on sale, and then you get free shipping. Why would you buy anything else?
Yeah. I hunt too much that I'm not. And to be fair, like we circled around, I think we agreed to agree that it's very dependent on where you live. So you guys have the luxury of just going to your local farm supply. It's bigger than that, but you know what I mean, store. And they have like the equivalent of a Cabela's, like, ammo selection. Where you have Walmart and your two farm supply stores, neither of which are nearly as big as the Fleet Farm by you guys. So you're pretty much stuck with Winchester and Remington ammo. And that's if they have whatever size, length, load, everything in stock, which is about 0% of the time that I need it there. So yeah, otherwise it's an hour plus drive for me to find something.
And like, that's what I was kind of saying. Like it's a biased opinion, because me and Tyler have the luxury that if somebody says, hey, do you want to go shoot around a sporting clays? Like, yeah, sure. Let me just run to Fleet Farm and grab a couple boxes of shells, and I'll meet you there. Like, that's very typical.
Yep.
And I think the people in our area, like, because we have that luxury, it's like, hey, I need some 4-shot. So I'm just going to go run and buy a couple boxes for my teal hunt.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to buy a whole case of it, because
last year, the year before, same thing. Teal, like, I was like, man, I'm going to go out, but I'm sick of shooting whatever I was shooting at them. And I went to all 3 places here, unless you're going to roll the dice with lead, which you're not going to. Like, there is no 6-shot. 0.0 boxes in town of steel, just cheap for teal. So I had to steal it from my dad. I didn't have, like, that's it. I just happened to be home. I could have stopped at any of those stores, but maybe he was coming to visit, something like that. Like, I literally would have just been shooting 3-inch 4s at teal. Like, it seems kind of ridiculous. Just because that's what I have here. I've been screwed on pheasants too. My selection here is, I haven't bought a case of pheasant loads, although I should. If I ever see that golden pheasant 3-inch 5s, I should buy it immediately, because I've regretted almost every other toxic load that I bought, because it's not nearly as good.
Or 2 3/4 5s. You're saying.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, not
3/4 5s. No.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I should just buy a case of that.
So Matt, did you buy a case for teal for this coming year?
No, because I don't shoot that many. I go once, maybe twice. I don't shoot that many times.
And see, that was kind of like the debate, right? Like, if if you do all these little things, or maybe you go out for teal a couple times, and then you go shoot mallards, or you're hunting mostly mallards a couple times, and then you're going pheasant hunting, then you're going grouse hunting, then you're going goose hunting, to buy a case kind of limits you, right? Unless you're going to buy 6 to 8 cases, which is upwards of $1,500. Not everybody's going to do that.
$1,500 for 6 cases. You're shopping the wrong sales, Jeffrey.
If you're shooting boss, that's cheap.
I'm not saying boss. That's ridiculous. I meant the rest of it, because you're not shooting different boss sizes at pheasants and teal.
So
that I don't buy into that
what is
at
a
all.
case of steel, like 3-inch steel, like federal? It'd probably be like
$160.
$200 maybe.
Yeah, less than that if you're buying it at Rogers usually.
So that's $1,200, right? If you buy 6 cases. The thing is that not everybody is going to buy $1,200 of ammo at one time. Whether that's right or wrong, like if you can do that, that's awesome. And that would be great. But the debate was, what is the average hunter doing, right? We're not saying like, okay, I don't think the debate was like you should buy a case or you should buy individual boxes. The debate was, what do we think the average hunter does, right?
Right. I mean, so
I've
I
done
think the average
both.
hunter
I've
is
done
a
both.
penny pincher and is buying the stuff on Rogers on sale and getting it shipped for free. That's what I think.
But also the average hunter could be the guy that's about cash flow and is easier to spend $50 at a time versus $1,200.
Well, that's a bit of a jump. You're saying $600, what would that be? $350 instead of $1,200. That's
no, but if I got to buy 2 boxes of 4s, then I got to buy 2 boxes of lead 5s, then I got to buy 2 boxes of BB for my goose hunt, then I got to buy 7s for my grouse hunt, then I got to buy 2s or 3s for my late season mallards. This is a lot of boxes of shells.
I think you don't hunt enough of one thing enough is probably the
that's
problem.
my problem.
Yeah.
I hunt too much different shit.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna make a comment here. We got, I mean, Jeff, you got a Jeffrey out of Matt. That was great. I've never heard you call him Jeffrey. That was awesome. Anyway,
I do think though, like the area you're in is huge. Like I said,
yeah,
me and Tyler have that luxury. We're spoiled in that regard that we can literally just go and grab a couple boxes whenever we want to. Where if you don't have that,
yeah,
you are going to take advantage of those deals and the free shipping.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I buy boxes of stuff, whether it be pheasant loads or rifle and pistol, like every time I go get to a Shields, because I don't have stuff that I want here. And also, like, I'm not, but if I had the opportunity to buy an ammo can worth of 9mm, pick something else, like I'm buying that every time, just because I don't like to have to go look for something every time I go to the target range or, whatever. And like 2 boxes of shells for me, like that doesn't last very long. And then I'm planning for trips and I've got other stuff going on. So it just economically never makes sense for me to just go out and buy 2 boxes for like a specific hunt or something.
Right.
And like boss, I wish, with the whole bismuth thing, like I wish I would have bought 10 cases when I bought my first one. Like at the time it would have been like, oh, that was expensive. And now it's like, well, that doesn't exist anymore. So
now you're talking like $4,000 and
yeah,
in shotgun.
yeah. And the fact that it doesn't exist probably in the size you want. And it's probably slim pickings. So it is what it is. But we say that about other loads, but I mean, there's a reason you buy 223 and 9mm and stuff when you can.
I think that the waterfowl and the target, trap shooting, sporting clays, like that's where the cases make the most sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because you're going through so much more ammo.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're a hardcore pheasant hunter, like
just for me, the only reason that I'm buying cases,
right.
And I need to buy another federal case, right? Like this summer yet.
And I've split cases with guys. Like that's a great way to do it too. Like if you don't want 10, but you want 5, that's a great way to do it and still get the deal and the free shipping.
Oh yeah. Me and my dad split cases all the time on stuff. Or if you're willing to try something, you're willing to try 5 boxes instead of a case. And yeah.
And that was the thing that, what is that average consumer doing? Like if you asked Federal, how many boxes do you sell? how is that split between people buying individual boxes or cases, right? Because there's 10 boxes in a case. Like, you can do the math. It's pretty easy for however many cases you sell a year. I'd be curious what that stat is. And it depends on the brand, right? Like, you have your loyal brands, like your Boss, Migra, like those brands. I think there's very like loyal people to them. And then you also have the types of loads, right? Like, maybe like turkey loads, nobody's buying a damn case of turkey loads. We talked about that.
Well, lifetime or more, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Or like maybe your pheasant loads, or your grouse loads and things like that. People probably maybe aren't as likely to do that as they are with trap or waterfowl. But I'd be curious what the statistic is.
It would probably be different in store versus online as well, right? Because online almost exclusively is probably like an overwhelming percentage of cases.
When they push the cases so much more online, like usually when you click on the ammo, like that's the first thing that shows up is like the case price.
Yeah.
That's all because of shipping costs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, you can,
which is why I've never bought a box
of
anything, because you'll just get absolutely screwed.
Yes. And they make enough on cases that they can, take advantage of free shipping and all that stuff. Because it's going to cost them. The cost to ship things is insane. That's a whole side conversation.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's stay on topic here. So this was a hot debate. As you can see, there's a reason I had 50 unread text messages. These guys were going at it. And then I said, let's put it to the vote. And so Jeff put out a poll, right? Jeff put out a poll, and people answered here. The first question, Jeff, that you put up was, do you buy individual boxes of ammo or cases? And this was really close.
It got close. It keeps getting closer.
It got super close.
And we're not saying like one way is right or wrong. We're just asking what the average person does, because we're just naturally curious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a little bit biased based on who listens to us, who follows us on social media, right? And who actually saw this in time. But we had over 100 votes in this poll, and we came in at 53% cases, 47% boxes.
That's close.
That is very close. That's close to a 50-50 split. Very close. That surprised you, Matt?
No, because if you guys live where you live, I would also buy boxes, maybe.
Okay.
And most of if you look at it too, our demographic is probably heavily waterfowl hunters, I would say, that listen to us. So that makes sense. Like, Matt, to your point, they use more ammo. Cases are more cost effective in that way.
The majority of your waterfowl hunters are on Rogers and Max getting, their favorite brand and size shipped to their house.
I think that makes sense. The next thing is the one that really surprised me, right?
Me too.
Jeff, you asked in store or online. In store got 56% of the vote versus 40%.
It almost contradicts the previous one to what I would think.
You would think the more cases, the more people that buy cases, the more online purchasing.
Yeah.
Like, by us, you don't see cases in the store. Rarely. Sometimes, but not
your
often.
Big Cabela's and stuff you can buy, but that's
Cabela's you can, but like our Fleet
not
Farm
your local
store
stuff.
and Farm and Fleet, like that's all pretty much just by the box.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. So that one really surprised me there.
No, the next one's more surprising.
Oh, yeah.
That one was good. I started getting fun with that. I was like, we're gonna have some good laughs on this one.
This was great. So the question is, the next
deck in his own favor.
Oh man, this is great. The next question is, who is a better shot? And the choices were Matt, Jeff, and Tyler. And Jeffrey got 51% of the vote.
Because he always has posted pictures of himself trap shooting and skeet shooting and stuff.
I just sound like I'm a good shot, They're like, oh, they listen to me and they're like, oh, this guy could shoot for sure.
Yeah.
So side note here, Jess did inform me that she voted for you, Matt. So
okay. Thanks, Jess.
Yeah,
well, and see, I was going through this and I go, okay, well, I'm not going to vote for myself, so I'll vote for Matt. And then come to find out, Matt also voted for himself. So it's like, well, shit, now I want to retract this vote.
Matt's a believer.
He's a
He's
believer.
like, I went to Oklahoma. I saw
Hey.
you two shoot.
Confidence
So,
is key when it comes to shooting. So hats off to you, Matt. You
That's
got to be
true.
confident, right?
That's true. When you,
You gotta
don't
be
practice at
confident,
all, you got to be real confident, if nothing else.
Oh.
I mean, I do want to give a shout out to the folks that voted for me. I don't know who you are. Appreciate you. Love the support. I'm wondering if you actually listen to this show and hear me talk about my struggles for the past season or not. So I did not vote for myself, but thank you for that. Appreciate it very much.
Your wife didn't even vote for you, Tyler.
I know.
He's supposed to be by your side through everything, you know? Like,
Your wife voted for you. Yeah. That's great. That's
Oh.
hilarious.
Did my wife
my.
actually vote? Oh, she did.
Yeah, she did. Yep, she did.
See?
Oh
I'm gonna
man.
have to have a talk with Jess over here, Tyler. She
I'm
needs to-
gonna send a few text messages to people that I know that based on who they voted for. I know a few people who voted for I know a few people. Oh my. Okay. All right. That was great.
fun.
That was really funny. The next one is the most surprising result of all. This blew my mind away here.
Oh,
Which dog do you like? Which
That
dog do you
changed.
like the best? Yeah. And Jeff, nice work finding a picture of all four of our dogs in the same one. That was nice. The choices were Ren, the black lab, the Vizsla, Josie, the chocolate lab, Maggie. I also like how all the dogs are all different too, which is hilarious and awesome. Or the red lab, Mac. And coming in with 33% of the vote and taking the cake was the least liked dog out of all four of them, Ren.
It's that black lab thing, man. Waterfowlers are
Oh.
just so into black labs. Oh,
I cannot believe this. Like it is. I mean, we had like 100 votes on that one too, and yeah, Ren
and
took the cake.
let's be honest. I knew Josie didn't stand a snowball's chance in hell to win that one because we're talking to a lot of waterfowlers.
Like, yeah.
But
I
one
mean,
was
that's
fun.
yeah.
I figured it was going to be Mac for sure.
I mean, just people have a fascination with red labs, especially if you haven't seen. Everybody's like, "Wow, that's a red lab. That is so cool. He's so dark." And I've thought he would just because of that.
And he was winning like an hour ago. He was in the lead.
When I had checked an hour ago, Ren had closed the gap. I was like, "Are you
gotcha.
kidding me?"
More people had seen Ren putting in the work over that fence. They're just like, wow,
That's true.
that's the
I
dog.
sprung the vote.
Yeah,
That's
Sprung
the dog.
that's right. That must have
Yeah.
sprung my shooting vote too because I had just.
That's what I'm
posted
telling you.
that.
It's recent content. It's all about.
It's called recency bias, is what it's called.
That's
So
what it is.
fresh in their minds.
Yeah.
Fresh in their minds. Took me about 2 minutes, and she was rolling over the fence.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, technically, so let me back up. Technically, 2 years ago, we had done it a couple of times, and as soon as I got her jumping over it, she did a Ren thing and jumped from 8 feet back, landed on top of the fence, knocked it over, and came up lane. So
I remember
That
she
was
was
cool.
limping. That's right.
that was like the
remember
worst.
that.
But yeah. Anyway, Ren takes the cake. It'll be interesting to see, like, over the course of 24 hours, right? Where does it end? When this thing finishes, is Ren still in is still at the top of the ladder? Is Jeff still at the top of the ladder? Does Matt make a comeback here? I mean, who knows?
That's a big
You know,
percentage you have to make
hey,
up.
hats off to
It's true.
Maggie too. Like you guys, I've heard Tyler say that the lab society can be somewhat anti-chocolate sometimes, right?
Usually that's
something
what
there's a lot of
me and Aaron stick together on that. That's why.
I love
Yeah.
chocolate labs. I had a chocolate lab growing up. Like I love chocolate labs, but I know Tyler, you have said that a lot of people in that arena are not fond of chocolate labs, but she was in there. 24
Yeah.
votes. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, she's a nice looking little girl. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
She's old now. Shout out 7th birthday last week.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Yeah,
Dang.
man.
Yeah.
Those will
I
be
know.
7 in October.
Yeah.
They're all getting old. Jeez.
Ren will be 3 in a week.
That's what I thought. I asked Kelly that the other day, and I'm like, nah. And then I'm like, well, the first trip to Iowa, she was like a baby. And I was like,
Yeah.
that was 3 trips ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
insane.
She's
Breaking
growing.
news: our friend Maxwell here
Oh boy.
just sent a message to us regarding the voting, and it just says Mac Daddy in all caps. The Mac Daddy. Guess we know where Maxwell stands.
that is also a biased vote though too. I mean, he got to meet Mac in person, right? He might love little Ren sitting on his lap, licking his whiskers,
And he does work for Redbeard's Waterfowl Outfitters.
True.
So.
It's true. It's true. So let's get to the last one, which was the open-ended and always fun when we do these. Ask us a question for the episode tonight. And we put it up like 2 hours ago, and there are a ton of questions.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get to them all here.
I know. Jeff, this one's for you probably, because I think you probably have the most knowledge about this. This one came from, let me see here. I'm not going to read the username because I'll mess it up. But what do you think about what they're doing at Princess Point?
Yeah. So a couple people noticed that last picture that I had sent with the ask us a question. The background is at Princess Point Wildlife Area, which is over in our neck of the woods, just south of me. It's got some pretty unique scenery and dead trees around. So I think a lot of people can kind of recognize it pretty easily, people that are familiar with the area. So they recently, and this is all public knowledge. So if those of you that are getting mad that I'm potentially blowing up your honey hole, it's anybody can just Google this and find the info. But Princess Point just added like 1,800 acres to that wildlife area. So they like almost doubled the size of that area, which is awesome. It's still very well. It doesn't look like it's under construction, but it is technically still under construction and closed off to hunting. They added quite a bit more water, some impoundments there, and it's going to be pretty big. There's going to be some new parking lots that are going to open up. I have heard grumblings that it might be like walk-in area or walk-in only areas or no motor type areas. I'm not sure, but I did take my boat out there a couple of weeks ago. I can tell you that there is a significant amount more water than there was in previous years. So that's cool to see. So yeah, it'll be exciting to kind of see how that all pans out. I'm sure it's going to draw a lot more people into the area, at least at the beginning, but hopefully it'll bring some more ducks into the area and get people spread out a little bit more, hopefully. But I guess time will tell on that, and we'll see. Yep. But more access, more acreage, that's always a good thing.
If it's walk-in only, how much of that is actually huntable? Like, are you able to actually walk in or not so much?
I don't know the specifics of it. They were it was ag fields that they've turned into, they've added a lot of water to and water management type things. So I would think a lot of it will be decently hard bottom in areas that, it shouldn't be too terribly deep. I mean, again, I don't know the specifics, but just the fact that it was a field and that was very similar to another walk-in area that we have over by us, Tyler. A lot of it is hard bottom and you can walk. Yep. So hopefully that's kind of the case. It'll be interesting if they don't allow motors in that area, because it's a very popular destination for big duck boats, big surface drives. You see a lot of trailers at those launches every weekend. So if they do restrict those areas, it'll be kind of interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, we talk about, not having enough places to hunt and everything being congested, right? If we have a new spot where there's more access, more places for people to hunt, that's a good thing overall. And hopefully it brings in more ducks to the area, which is also great. We'll see though. I mean, it'll be something to monitor for sure.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot more water. Again, I don't have a ton of specifics, but there's a significant amount more water than there was last year. So we'll see what that turns into.
Yep. All right. Next question. Any goals for the upcoming season, gentlemen? Haven't thought about it yet. Yeah, goals.
I mean, I want to go out probably as much as I went this past year. I'd love to shoot 1 or 2 more species, but that's kind of just luck of the draw unless I really change up what I'm going for or where I'm going. And then, yeah, get Tommy out once or twice early season teal, early October when it's still 75 degrees on a weekend. If I can go to my walkout spot, I'll be taking him, I think, hopefully a couple times.
That's awesome.
That's the goal.
That's a
Bought a
great
garden cart today on Facebook Marketplace, converting it into the new wagon. Yeah,
Tyler might have to buy your old one. What are you gonna do with the old war wagon?
Nothing. I don't know. It's yours if you want, Tyler.
Tyler.
Oh man!
If I can get this to work, all you got to do is buy a beaver tail sled. Fits right in there.
Okay.
I can't
Send me a
imagine.
picture.
I'm keeping going. Yeah.
Send me a picture of what you bought. I'm curious how you're going to set this up. I'll
Yeah.
think about what I want to do then too to improve my situation.
And it's got some new walk-in areas around the area here, Tyler. You're definitely gonna need something.
How to put in the miles. I'm excited to put in the miles.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I want to push deeper into public land. I want to like work a little bit harder. I enjoy that part of it. I want to kill more ducks than I did last year. I want to shoot better than I did last year. These are not like super measurable goals outside of kill more ducks than I did last year. Or, shoot better unless I can start tracking my percentages like Jeff used to do. But
Don't do that. You shoot worse.
Yeah, it's not great. I think I want to. For me, I want to kill more ducks solo though too.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like it's great to go with the camaraderie of going with people. I feel like I still have a little bit of I need to prove it to myself that I can do it solo. So yeah, it's a big thing for me.
Nice. Yeah, I think for me, it's have a successful season with my new boat. It's all brand new to me. So yeah, just being safe and not having any catastrophic issues with it. And yeah, obviously shoot more ducks and shoot better and shoot more pheasants and have a good year with the dog. Like those all kind of go without saying. I would like to get one of my kids out too. That would be a lot of fun. If I can convince my daughter, I think she's at the proper age now to probably to get her out there for the first time, but we'll see if that pans out. She's very much a princess. So we'll see if she wants to do that with me, but I think introducing them more and getting them more aware of what I'm doing. I know Tyler, you do that a lot with your kids, like letting them handle the ducks and watch you clean the ducks and doing those types of things. I kind of, dance around that a lot as a parent with them being so young. Like I don't want to freak them out, but this is normal, right? This is a good thing that we're doing. Like we're not just out there to kill and murder little ducks that you see on TV. Like that's not what this is. Right. But yeah, it can be a slippery slope and there's kind of a balancing act there. So getting better at that would be a goal.
Yeah, that's a great one. I do want to take Lainey out. My oldest. The thing is, she wants me to buy her a pair of waders, right? Because Tidewee has those like kids waders.
That's where I don't know what the right answer is.
I don't know what to do about that. But I mean, it's like the places that I can take her. It's hard work. Like even for the short walks, it's hard work. Like it's a lot, and it'll be warm. We get warm, and then we're I do want to do it though, and I think we've crossed the threshold, Jeff, of like tiptoeing around some of that stuff now. There's a guy on YouTube. The channel is Adventure Chasing. I live vicariously through this guy. He goes out camping. He does like warm tent camping, and he does like lots of fishing and hunting and stuff like that, and lots of cooking. And the girls love to actually watch that with me. We like to watch the same episode over and over again because there's one funny part. But like he's catching fish and like cleaning them, and they're like, "Oh, look, there's blood. That's okay." Like they're gonna eat them. He's gonna smoke it. He's gonna grill it, and he's gonna fry it. Like they're like, when can we go catch fish and eat it for dinner? Like we've kind of crossed that threshold. We've sort of connected the dots, which is good. So I'm excited to do more of that stuff. So that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Next question. What do you do with your bird dogs that isn't hunting or training related? That's a great question from Aaron Kelly.
Socialize as much as possible, right? Like if we're going out to the store and they allow dogs, we definitely bring her with. Your standard walks. My wife walks our dog every morning. Take her swimming. And just try to stay as active as we can. I mean, this heat is tough, though. Yeah. I mean, they don't last very long out in this heat. A couple bumper throws and their tongue's hanging out and they're looking for water. So it's difficult, but yeah, just try to socialize and stay cool. And we hit up the lake quite a bit too. So that's good.
Yeah. Matt, what do you do with Maggie? Not hunting or training related.
Not training related makes it hard.
Yeah.
Not a lot. We obviously walk her once to twice a day, but we usually take her hiking almost any time that we go on trips. We hike. So we were at Devil's Lake last month. She put in the miles that day. I mean, ever since we got her and brought her there, we changed our route quite a bit because we're not going down the southeast side where it's just super steep and questionable for humans to go on, let alone a dog. But we just kind of changed up our hike and hike a little bit more. But yeah, hiking is kind of her number one jam outside of hunting and training. We usually go with some friends that have dogs too. She's super unique in that she's got real FOMO, so she can't be behind other dogs like on a trail. She has to be the number one, like in the lead on the trail. So yeah, has to.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. For me, our dogs go pretty much everywhere. The girls want them to come everywhere. So summer's actually really hard because they can't stay in the vehicle. They can't stay in the
yeah, we have that conversation quite a bit.
You know, they literally go to the grocery store, right? They can't come into the grocery store. They go to Fleet Farm, they can come into Fleet Farm. They went to the fireworks with us. You're not supposed to bring dogs to fireworks, but my dogs are fine with fireworks. So we biked down to the fireworks. And so I heeled them on the bike and we rode our mile. They got a nice run in at, 8:30 at night and basically fell asleep in the middle of the road as we watched the fireworks in Oconomowoc here last weekend. So like they're basically like, they're almost like therapy dogs for my children though, too. Especially Ren, she's incredible. She just literally just lays down and the girls are always laying on her, choking her, pulling her ears. I mean, just, that's the biggest thing. They're always around. They do a lot of laying around, a lot of nothing, and then like training and hunting. And sometimes we do some dock jumping stuff, to get them a little exercise or just have fun. And that's about it. They just go everywhere though. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Good question.
Very good question. All right. This one is from our friend Nick Price.
Oh,
hot topic here. Do you think water swatting is sporting? Yes or no? He thinks, his personal opinion is, if I get the bird to land, if I get the birds to finish, I won. Like that's an accomplishment. So how do you guys feel about that?
Yes, you've beat them.
Yes,
you did exactly what was supposed to happen. And yes, I will water swat 6 out of 6 if that's the opportunity that presented to me that day.
100%.
If they finish, Matt, you're just like, they finish, boom, done. Yeah.
Jeff would do it because he's buying boxes of shells, not cases, so you save on ammo.
Right.
Plus,
if I'm tracking my shooting percentages, I got to keep
super high. Yeah.
That's right.
1 for 1, 6 for 6.
That is the hardest part, right? You literally did everything right. Your hide, your location, your decoy spreads, your calling. Like you did every single thing right to fool that duck to land next to a bunch of plastic decoys.
And sit there sometimes. Maybe you'll get to sit them before shooting time, and you still won.
To me, water swatting a bird that did that is way more sporting than taking a 50-yard sky blast shot and knocking one down and sailing it 200 yards into the marsh.
Yeah.
Way more sporting than that. Right? That, like, upland birds probably wouldn't shoot one out of a tree. A little bit different in the upland world, I think.
What about a game farm, Jeff?
I'm not.
What about a game?
Coaxing that thing into the tree, like I'm not decoying it into this tree. A game farm bird with that $20 bill just floating around.
Yeah, so you got a 20. It's like a $30, $30 sitting on that tree branch right there.
I'm shooting that sucker. If I paid for that bird, I'm shooting that thing.
I think that's what most people would do too.
Now, here's a big question. I was thinking about this when they asked this one. You know, we talk about, like, with ducks, right? Ducks or geese, like, they land in the decoys. You did everything you needed to do, right? Great.
Yep.
100% water swat that bird. Like, awesome. Great. You deserve that bird. In the upland world, say your dog did everything perfect. You flushed a bird. It landed in a tree. Now, is it okay to shoot it out of the tree? Does that change your answer?
I mean,
like,
I don't know if a wild bird is going to do that.
Well, sometimes they get stuck in the trees. Yeah, it happens. It rarely happens, but it happens.
Actually, true. There was our first trip to Iowa. In a willow thicket, there was like a rooster. He was trying to fly out of it, and he got he didn't land, but he was like not moving, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Matt, was it who shot him?
Absolutely. That was my third one of the day.
Yep. Boom.
And that's the thing. So, like, if you did it all right,
Maggie found it in the tree.
Up.
Yeah, we probably tracked that along into the willow thicket.
Right.
She was in there. It got stuck on the way out. Absolutely.
Right. But now, if you just walk up to a random bird sitting in a tree,
how long have you been walking?
How tired are you?
Yeah.
How hungry are you?
How much are you waiting for that ice cold beer at the truck?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's funny.
Do I have any birds in the bag? Is this my limit bird or my first bird? Or, that's great. All right, let's move along. Actually, Nick asked another one. Can a dog be too old to start the hunt test game? Matt, what say you?
Probably not, but it depends on how many horrible habits you've already developed. Then you might not be getting very far. If you have a super obedient dog that's not gun shy, and can mark and like all the assumptions of things that a dog would have to do, you're probably fine. I can't imagine why not. I've seen plenty of dogs.
And we're assuming they're in an age where they're physically able to still do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
My guess, because I've seen this question from people that have like 4-year-old dogs, like in that 4 or 5-year-old range.
Yeah.
No, just go have fun. Go spend some time with your dog. It means you're going to train your dog more if you're running hunt tests.
Yeah.
Which is going to benefit you come duck season.
Yep.
I promise. And pheasant season too. Because if you train your dogs more for waterfowl, it will pay off when you get to the upland field. You'll have more control over your dog. Just will. All right. This is a really good one here. I don't have an answer for it. Actually, I do have an answer. From RJ Menji. What are some of the biggest changes you've seen in hunting / the hunting industry in the last 10 years?
The hunting industry, I mean, I definitely think we're more tech driven than we ever used to be, right? I think we're into all the high tech gadgets and all the electronic gadgets and super realistic decoys and any advantage you can possibly get to be better than the guy next to you. Just overall in the hunting world, there's a lot of things. Like social media has changed the game so much, right? Like I think there's more of a community in the hunting world now. And I say community loosely, like you could have a bad community and a good community, right? It's still a community of people, regardless of it's bad or good, because there's definitely a little bit of both. But there's definitely more of a community And you can see that like the social media presence, like we can sway like even legislation. Like we saw that with that public land sale, right? Like to me, like I attribute a lot of that to that movement that was going on social media, right? Like 10 years ago, I guess 10 years ago you still had it, but maybe it just wasn't to this degree as it is now.
Yeah, it was different.
Right. I mean, 20 years ago for sure, like you didn't have any of that stuff. Like what did we have? MySpace. I mean, that was about it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Anything else? Like I think private land access is a lot harder. That's another big change. I think people don't trust anybody anymore. I think there's a lot of concerns over like liability, that you're going to get sued, you know, as a landowner, if something happens to somebody on your property. So I think that's really changed the game, pushed a lot of people to public land. Yeah, that's all I can really think of.
No, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Matt, anything you've seen, anything that stands out for you?
No, Jeff pretty much did everything. My first thing was going to be social media. It was going to be the main thing, whether you like it or not. Like that's the biggest thing I would think.
Yeah, and it's not just hunting; it's everything. But influencers have changed the game, right? Because you know, Jeff, you gave a great example of it being a positive, right? Swaying the vote, rallying the troops per se on the public land, potential public land sale. Like that was huge. And you had a whole bunch of people who you could call them quote unquote influencers. That basically just all that means is they have a lot of eyes and ears. They have a lot of attention. And when you have a lot of attention, your voice, your opinions get heard. And they had the right opinion that we should not sell public land. So yeah, that is the biggest thing. I mean, that really has changed the game because 10 years ago, yes, Instagram was around, but it was way different. It was way, way different. Not just from a content perspective, content was way different, but yeah, it's crazy. And it just continues to grow too. I think that is the biggest thing outside of some technological changes. So good. That was a really good question. All right. Let's see. Our friend Todd from WWA asked a couple of questions. One was about your boat blind, Jeff. So we covered that already. And then he also asked, and my wife chipped in with a question here, similar to that one. Actually, we'll answer hers. We'll do them combined. So besides Oklahoma and Iowa, any other trips planned or being considered? Gentlemen, go. And then what is that next trip for both of you?
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, nothing outside of that plan already. Nothing.
Okay.
And you're going to Reelfoot again?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Nothing outside of those the normal trips for next season.
So your first one is the pheasant hunting.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah, for me, the first one is Minnesota. So over Halloween time, I'll be in southwestern Minnesota pheasant hunting. And actually, no, I'll be up. Scratch that. I'm going up north to grouse hunt and duck hunt. Do like a combo for rough grouse and ducks in middle of October. And then at the end of October is southwest Minnesota. Was it mid-November? Early November is Iowa. And then we have our Oklahoma trip. Yep.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good. I'm very excited about rough grouse this year.
Good. Me too.
The first year that I did it, I don't know. It was just, I think we talked about this once before. It was just so different to me that I wasn't sure like how I felt about it. And I think it was just because it was so against everything that I grew up doing, right? It was completely new. And now every time I go, I get like more and more hooked. So I see why people like it so much. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get in the Northwoods again this year.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited too. Because my next trip is going to the UP to hunt grouse in the formidable timber doodle with our friend Jake Perry from Spear Upland. So that's planned for the end of September.
That'll be an awesome trip.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever done grouse hunting. I'm really excited for it. I don't know. He's like, you can bring your dog. I'm going to leave my dogs home. I want to experience it with pointers and with his dogs, and really get to experience Gordon's setter since he is such a big fan of them.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It's gonna be some tough shooting in late September. All the leaves are gonna be on the trees. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I mean,
that'll be a blast. Though.
Yeah,
I know. I'm trying to pick up a over under before then too. So
ooh,
I got
news.
I got a hot lead. I got a hot lead on one.
A hot lead. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 new firearms this year, possibly.
Potentially, maybe.
We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, that's fine. We can save that for another episode.
Okay.
If that's not finalized, so that's that's still
okay.
outstanding.
All right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
all right.
Yep. All right. Moving on. We're coming down to the wire here. Just a couple left here. All right. When is Matt getting his second dog?
yeah. I wish I had a better idea. No, I think
March. Next
Huh?
March.
Next March.
yeah, I think this winter we'll buy a lot of things on sale, puppy things, crates and kennels and all that kind of stuff this Black Friday and prep for next year. Tyler, actually, the breeding that I would want to be repeated next year, she still has 4 dogs left. They're like 10-ish weeks old now, and I'm like, why couldn't have been next year that you were just giving me a dog?
Yes.
Maybe this is maybe it's meant to be.
I don't think it is. Don't think so.
Okay.
But hopefully not hopefully. Fairly certainly next year. It's just gonna be a matter of like, I don't know. I know too much stuff. Like now, I wish I knew less. Like when I bought Maggie, I just knew like titles were really a good thing, and I didn't know much else. But now I'm like, I know too many people and like what I really want. And I know if I screw it up, it's definitely my fault again this time. So I got to be like super.
Just take it from me, Matt. You're gonna screw something up. It's a matter of if you. I mean, seriously, I cannot believe the amount of mistakes that I made with Ren when I was an much more experienced handler and trainer. Like, gosh, what an idiot. Which is funny because Todd sent me a text today because he was listening to our last episode, and I had made a reference to just stamp DAH on my forehead or whatever, and he's like, DAH equals dumbass handler ? I'm like, yep, you nailed it. That's it. That's me. So okay, good. Well, I can't wait to monitor that situation.
Yep.
I'll lead on the litter for you too, Matt. So keep talking.
Easy over there, Tyler. He's getting all excited.
I'm getting all excited. We could make that a whole episode though, because I do want to pick your brain about what do you want in your dog? Like, what are you looking for? What have you seen? Like, what are the things, that's really specific. That would be actually. It's enough. Okay, right, we got it. Oh, write it down. That's an episode.
It was like one of those mediumly short dog ones, though.
Correct. This will be like the training one, to the field, but we'll make it into buying the puppy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're the way you look at it, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. What to look for when you're buying a puppy?
Well, we'll go through mine. We'll go through mine, and then we'll go through what you did for Ren.
Yeah,
as the last person to about a dog.
Nice. Yes. But like there's other ones that people do similar content, but it's very general.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to know specifically what are you looking for and why. That'll be really interesting. All right. Last 2 here. One trait that you wish you had that would up your hunting game.
Calling.
Calling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's I think most of us can get better at calling.
For sure.
So yeah, calling. Shooting. Everybody can get better at shooting too.
I mean, yeah.
My first thought was,
That's not what the polls show.
That's not what the polls show. I mean, Jeff, not shooting. Not for you.
I need to get a recount.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see.
I think it was rigged. I think I rigged the election.
Yeah.
Funny. So great. I gotta see. So Maxwell submitted the last question. I gotta see who he voted for.
Yeah.
Hey, we haven't even answered. You guys haven't answered the last one.
What's the? Well, I would say my first thought was shooting.
Shooting. Okay, Matt.
I mean, goose calling for sure, but it's just something I don't do enough. I know I'm not good, like 100%. I don't practice. I don't even try to practice. But then every time I see a goose or get invited to a goose field, I really wish that like I for sure would have done that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of much outside of that, honestly. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, those are the obvious answers that come to mind,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they're good. They're legitimate answers too. So, also good. Okay. All right. Last one, and we'll wind things down and wrap things up here. From Maxwell, would you rather not have water on a hunt or not have food on a hunt?
Is he stealing a would you rather question? This is like right out of my book here.
I think he's stealing your
Sky
thunder,
blast.
Jeff. Oh man. Who wants to go first?
Food. You can shoot.
Nope.
You can shoot anything over dry land.
I'm not taking it that way. I'm taking
shoot ducks and geese, right? Let me read this again.
No. I think he's talking about you're out on
a
a
water bottle
A
or
water
snacks.
bottle.
You got a big gigantic jug of water, 1 gallon jug of water, or do you got a bag of snacks?
Oh, water. I'd rather have water. So I'd rather not have food.
Yeah, that was gonna be my answer too. Because if I had the snacks, I'm gonna be thirsty, and then I'm gonna instantly regret it.
Oh yeah, because the snacks are gonna be salty for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And I can forget about being hungry if I'm hunting. I can forget.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Like you get up so early. I'm like, I'm not going to eat at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3:30 in the morning when I'm driving out there. And then it's like
o'clock and you still haven't eaten.
Still haven't eaten. I'm like, I'm actually okay.
After a while, you just kind of stop being hungry.
Yeah.
Like I don't even get hungry. I'm like too busy just taking it in. It's very interesting.
There's been plenty of mornings though where I've had no water, but I've had coffee, and I'm fine with that. That's fine with me. You give me a big coffee cup, I'm okay if I don't have any water for a little while. Tyler?
I'm a liquids person. Oh, I would totally give me water. Give me water.
Even on a morning, like a cold morning hunt. If you're only going to be out there till 10 o'clock. Yeah. Would you take the water over the coffee? Even if you didn't have any coffee yet?
Water or coffee?
Yes.
I balance it out. I don't know if I can really
Let's say you're going to make 25 degrees, light snow.
You're going to make me pick. I would take coffee for the ambiance of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Just the feel, for sure. But
sitting in a big blind, over a cornfield.
I mean, honestly, when I'm at work and I'm on camera, I'm like 1 sip of coffee, 1 drink of water. Like it just balance itself out. So,
I'm terrible in the morning. Sometimes, like I'll forget to drink water if I have my coffee. It'll be like 11 o'clock and I haven't even drank a sip of water. It's like I should probably drink some water. Yeah, my wife yells at me a lot for that, but.
I'm very water regimented. So by 8 o'clock in the morning, I have 64 ounces of water consumed, and Jess will have like 3 cups of coffee and no water by 8 o'clock. And I'm like, please drink some water. Please drink some water.
You gotta go to the bathroom all the time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, that means you're working less. You get to get up from your desk more, Jeff. It's a strategy here to this. I used to work in an office. I know how the games work here, right? You're kind of like, I'm not feeling real motivated. I need a little break. Let me just guzzle some water, walk to the bathroom. On the way back, you happen to find your buddy's office, ask him about this or that, or the game last night, or when he's going hunting next. And all of a sudden, it's 45 minutes later. You're like, oh, I suppose I better go catch up. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Good question.
Yeah, very good question. Do we get any others in? Not yet. We'll get some. We'll have to save for another episode, another one of these episodes. Okay, perfect. That's it. What else, gentlemen? What do we miss?
I think we covered everything.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Lots more on the horizon. We'll have to talk about firearms. hopefully we'll have to talk about Matt's puppy, what he's thinking, looking for, dive into the details on that. Yeah, lots going on. We got the Wisconsin we got the Waterfowl Hunting Expo.
Waterfowl Hunters Expo.
The Waterfowl Hunters Expo. I'll get it right at some point.
Yep.
Coming up the end of August here. That'll be here before we know it. So we'll keep tabs on that. Jeff will keep tabs on how that's progressing for you. I mean, yeah, there's no shortage of stuff here. So I don't have any Sky Blast questions, by the way. We had some great ones there. So we'll wrap it up with this. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave us a review. Shoot us a message on social media. If you have a question for us that you thought of while you're listening to this, go shoot it over to us on social media. We love that stuff. It's fun. It really is fun. These are some of our most fun episodes, honestly. Other than that, have a great morning, evening, night, whenever you're listening to this podcast. And then we will see you all next week. Later.